Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia, and if you are a returning subscriber, then welcome back. So today's video is going to be a nursing school supplies haul. I've been waiting to film this video for quite a while now, just because I was waiting for all my supplies to arrive. So if you guys do want to know on what I did end up picking up for nursing school, then please keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so I have like a lot of stuff. Like, nursing school is expensive, I'll probably leave how much I did end up spending with tuition and supplies and stuff like that at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that if you guys do want to know how much it was for me. So the first thing I did end up picking up was a watch, and if you guys do not know, you are going to be needing a watch for nursing school. Majority of the time, your clinicals or your lab instructors will allow you to use your Apple Watch. Half of the time, your instructors will tell you to use a secondhand watch. Basically, you can find these watches anywhere. Target, Walmart, and Amazon has some of these. So it really just depends on what type of watch you're looking for. I've used this brand before when I was doing my CNA clinical, so I was just like, I'm just gonna pick it up again. This I did end up picking up at Walmart. It is the Time and Chew brand, as you guys can see here. And then it was a total of $8.88. I will be including the prices and stuff like that, if I do not remember, in the screen somewhere around here. But as you guys can see, this has I really like this just because it's big. I used to have a smaller one, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get a bigger thing right here. And then it is white, but I really do not mind, so I did end up picking up this this watch. The next thing that I did end up picking up, but this was on Amazon, I picked up this Stethoscope Case. I know I've seen a lot of nursing students use this, and I was debating on if I should buy this or not, but then it is a stethoscope case, and as you guys can see here, it has this little drawing of a stethoscope, a heartbeat, and stuff like that. And then I did end up getting it in black. As you guys can see here, it does come with a handle, and I feel like it is good quality. So once you open it, it comes with I don't know what type of material this is, but it's furry material type of thing. And then it comes with this little pocket, which you can put in here your badge, scissors, and your pen light and pencils and stuff like that for clinical. And then right here, this is where your stethoscope goes into. So if you guys aren't allowed to be bringing in clinical bags, then I would just recommend you guys to buy this and then grab your clipboard and stuff like that. Next thing I did end up picking up was this stethoscope, and as you guys know, you guys will be needing a stethoscope for nursing school. Really just doesn't really matter the brand, but I've heard from other nursing students that the Littman is a good brand for stethoscopes, and they are quite pricey. I did end up buying this on Black Friday. It was around $65, which was a good deal compared to it being $100 on Amazon. I did end up buying this on Amazon, if any of you guys were wondering. And this is the Littman Classic 3, and as you guys can see here, this is the packaging. And then once you open it, this is how it looks like. I did end up getting a purple color, which my favorite color is purple, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna get this. I am just now realizing that I'm missing something for my stethoscope. Okay, so here's my stethoscope, if any of you guys were wondering. If you guys are looking for stethoscopes, I would recommend this brand. I've also heard the brand MDF, and I do not know if you guys are familiar with that brand, but I also heard that brand is good for nursing students if you are under a budget, because Littman, it is pricey, but also you'll be using this stethoscope throughout your nursing career, and also once you become a nurse. Another thing that I did end up picking up on Amazon was nursing badges. So I don't know if you guys are familiar. They're nursing reels or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. But I got a pack of 5 on Amazon. These were around $8, and they're basically flowers, as you guys can see here. This is how it looks like. You want to make sure it you have this just in case you have, and a little clip on the back. And these are flowers. I did end up getting it. It came in a pack of 5, like how I said. It was pink, white, purple, and black, which is a good thing. And you can just clip this in your scrubs, and then, you know, have it your little badge. I don't know if you guys can see. And then, you know, once you're scanning your card, let's just say at school, then, you know, yeah. So make sure if you guys are going to be getting these ones or any type of badge that it has the little clip on the back and this little thing where you can insert your student ID card and stuff like that. Another thing that I did end up picking up was compression socks. I guess this was like a pack of 8. I don't know, you guys can see here. It has, like, you know, quite the picture. I have not opened these at all, but these are compression socks, and basically this is how the packaging looks like. I have not opened this at all just because I did end up receiving this yesterday, you guys. So here are my compression socks, and as you guys can see here, this is in the size small and medium. You will be needing compression socks throughout your nursing school. Really just depends on what color your school requires. For us, they told us to get white socks. They basically didn't tell us compression socks, but to get white ankle socks. So it's just like, okay, we're going to be in lab or in clinical for like a long shift and stuff like that. So I would recommend for you guys to get compression socks. These are the ones that I did end up picking up, and it was in a pack of 8. You know, if something happens to them, you lose them. You have, like, you know, another pack and stuff like that. So I think these were like around $17 to $18, which I know it's pricey for compression socks, but, you know, I've seen on Amazon that like one pair was like $10. So I was just like, this is, you know, a steal. So you are going to be needing compression socks throughout your nursing school. And then if you guys do want, like, you know, the colorful ones, I would recommend to check on Amazon and stuff like that, because the majority of the time they are pretty cheap on there. Another thing that I did end up picking up was this white coat clipboard. You are going to be needing a clipboard throughout your nursing school, and I did end up picking up this clipboard. This clipboard was pricey. It was like around $30, and, you know, I've heard, you know, good things about. Why does it not want to open? Oh, I've heard good things about this clipboard, and, you know, it is really steady. As you guys can see, you guys saw me struggle opening up this clipboard. So as you guys can see on the back, it just comes with like some lab values and stuff like that for nursing school. I don't know if I'll be using them, but I've heard some people use them and stuff like that, which, you know, is a good thing that it comes with this. And, you know, it is pretty steady, and then you can just clip your papers and then you can just fold them. I've been told by other students that majority of the time you're not allowed to. I've heard from other students that majority of the time you are not allowed to come in with your clipboard during patient's room, just because, you know, of infection control and stuff like that. So it really just depends on your school if you're going to be needing a foldable clipboard or not. I know these are pricey, and there's a lot of different types of clipboards. I know there is like the other type of clipboards where you just open them and then they close. Those are pretty good, but I feel like those are just too big and bulky to be carrying around, and you don't want to be leaving your clipboards, you know, patients' information on top and stuff like that. There can be patients walking around, or, you know, HIPAA is like a huge thing. So I did end up picking up this, and as you guys can see, it is pretty heavy because I've struggled to open this already. So basically this is a Stethoscope ID badge, and this was like pricey. It was like $10. So as you guys can see, this is what I got. I know it this was $10, but I heard to put this on your stethoscope or to engrave your stethoscope. I totally forgot to engrave mine. But, you know, I did end up hearing from other nursing students that if you let someone borrow your stethoscope, you never know if you'll get it back. So, you know, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to buy this ID tag for my stethoscope just in case, you know, I let someone borrow it. I know it's mine because it has, like, you know, the Leo and Stitch thing. The good thing is it comes with, like, you know, a cover. So you guys will either have to engrave your stethoscope, or you guys will have to buy an ID tag just in case if you guys do let anyone borrow your stethoscope, you can get your stethoscope back because you can identify it. Now on to textbooks, you guys. Those textbooks were quite expensive. I still do not know if I need to purchase the ATI textbooks, and if you guys are not familiar with ATI, that's another nursing school expense that you guys will be paying out of your own pocket. But the first textbook that I'll be showing you guys is this one. This is a textbook that was required for one of my classes. So this is called the Art to Nursing, And basically, you know, this textbook I didn't end up getting on thriftbooks.com. So if you guys are not familiar with thriftbooks.com, it's basically they have brand new textbooks, or they basically have brand new textbooks. Majority of the time it's older editions. Sometimes they get newer editions, but those go super fast. So I was like, you know, in the search for textbook, because this textbook was like $50. And then I was just like, I'm not gonna spend $50 on this textbook that we're only gonna be using two times. I checked out my syllabus. We're only gonna be reading this textbook 2 times, you guys. So I did end up searching up, and then thriftbooks.com, it did end up coming up on my web search. I searched it up. This book was like around $10, and I was just like, yes, I'm gonna get it. You know, I was like, you know, quite skeptical sometimes of this textbook, and I did end up getting free shipping and a 10% off on your first order if you do end up purchasing $10 or more. This video is not sponsored or anything like that, but you know, I just want to share. And also I will have, you know, a discount code. I'm not gonna get commission or none of that. I did end up finding this discount code like a couple days ago, where if you do end up finding some of your textbooks, you guys can get 15% off versus 10% off on your first order. So I'll have that link down below in the description box for those that are interested, because textbooks are expensive. The next book that I got was this health assessment in nursing textbook. As you guys can see here, this book is pretty heavy. I am going to be taking health assessment, pharmacology, and role and development, for any of you guys that were wondering. But this is my health assessment in nursing textbook, and it's quite heavy. Got this on Amazon for like around $70 when it was on sale. So make sure you guys add your textbooks to your Amazon list, and you guys can be, you know, you guys can be checking your list like every day to see if the price went down. That's what I did, you know, because I just did not want to pay full price, but for some of them I did have to. The next textbook that I got was Nursing Diagnosis Handbook. And basically, I got this textbook off OfferUp or check Facebook Marketplace. Majority of the time, they have the textbooks there. People sell them for super cheap. So I got this textbook for around $20. I know there's a newer edition, but you know, majority of the time it doesn't really matter if you get an older edition. It's just, you know, quite a few different changes. It's not really like, you know, so much. The next textbook that I got was a lab manual for my health assessment. This is 5th edition. As you guys saw, my textbook is 6th edition, but our instructor told us that really just would not matter. I did end up getting this also from thriftbooks.com for like around $10, which, you know, was a steal, because they sold this at my bookstore for around $30. Like, no thank you. I'm not gonna spend $30 on a textbook, and it's like majority, it is like, you know, like a study guide book for health assessment, so you know, I'm good to go. Next book that I did end up getting, they told us that we will not be using this for pharmacology, but I did end up seeing that we are going to be using this for pharmacology. So this is a Higgins Med Math Dosage Calculation textbook that we are going to be using for pharmacology and for fundamentals. So basically, this does come with an access code, which, you know, is a good thing, because we are going to be using this for pharmacology and for health assessment. Another textbook that I didn't end up getting was this role and development. So this textbook is from my role and development class, and for some reason I just didn't think that it was not going to come on time, just because, you know, it was back to ordered. And as you guys can see here, this little textbook was like around $80. Like, just look at it, you guys. Like, $80 just for this little tiny textbook. Like, I'm telling you guys, nursing school is expensive. And then the last textbook that I got was this pharmacology textbook. So they did end up telling us that we needed the 7th edition, and then they did end up telling us that at the end that we needed the 8th edition. So I was just like, I'm just gonna buy the newer edition, because they're just not that clear on textbooks. So this is a focus on nursing pharmacology textbook, and as you guys can see here, it did end up coming with a photo analysis on how to administer medication, you know, which this was like, you know, a little freebie. So this, we did end up needing it because of the access code. So we have to buy majority of these textbooks new. Other textbooks that I did end up picking up, you know, from the thrift store. Check your local thrift store, you guys. Majority of the time you guys will find your like brand new nursing textbooks for like super cheap, and you know, it can save you guys some money. So this is a fundamental success Q&A review by F. Davis. If you guys are not familiar with this, I heard these books are really good once you start nursing school. So I did end up picking this up from someone else on offerup.com, and it does come, you know, with the access code, which, you know, is a plus because I know these textbooks are pricey. Also I picked this up at my local thrift store. This is a Text for Success. I know there's a newer edition now, but just like how I said, it doesn't really matter if you guys do need the older editions for some of your nursing textbooks. Just, you know, check with your classmates or check with your professors, you know, and make sure, because like majority of the time they just do not really care. So this is a Test for Success book. I've heard that they recommend this book if you are going to be going into nursing school, you know, to give you guys some helpful tips and stuff like that. And it does come with the CD in the back of the book, you know, which was a good deal. And then also another thing that I did end up picking up from the thrift store was these Made Incredible Easy textbook. As you guys can see here, it's two different types. So this is assessment and this is nursing care planning. These were like around $3 at my local Savers. So like how I said, check your local thrift stores. Majority of the time you will find brand new textbooks there for like basically like your prereqs. Also, I have found like, you know, some of my biology textbooks or my math books at the thrift store. The next thing I did end up picking up was these Level Up RN flashcards. So if you guys do not know who Level Up RN, I heard that she's amazing, that she makes really good YouTube videos and stuff like that for, you know, your proctored ATIs, because that's what you're going to be taking during nursing school. You're going to be taking proctored exams. I unfortunately do not have to take a proctored exam until I take fundamentals, which is until next semester. So I picked up her flashcards because, you know, I heard that they're really good. And these are the Pharmacology flashcards. You know, these were like around $40 with shipping. You know, it's quite pricey. So I recommend for you guys to get these flashcards. She did end up removing a lot of her flashcards from her store just because I guess she got in trouble with ATI. And now on to my backpack. You guys, was not going to spend so much money on, not basically going to spend so much money on a clinical bag or a backpack. I have my backpack from last semester that I barely use. I just washed it wherever there was like, you know, stains and stuff like that, but like this backpack is new. I did end up picking this up at Costco. For any of you guys that were interested, it was like around $20 or $15. I've seen these also at Ross. For any of you guys that were interested and stuff like that, I did end up picking it up just because, you know, it does have a lot of pockets, and, you know, a pocket for me to put my laptop and stuff like that. And, you know, really like, you know, the back, because you are going to be needing a backpack for nursing school. I've seen other people, you know, take suitcases and stuff like that, but, you know, it would really depend if you're going to be taking your textbooks to class or not, depending, you know, on your professor and, you know, on what they tell you. Also, a lunch box. You are going to be needing a lunch box for clinicals and stuff like that. This I picked it up at Target when they had school supplies for 90% off. So, you know, I've had this, you know, for a while, and it does come with like, you know, this little compartment and stuff like that. So I'll be using this. Now for clinical bags, I'm not going to be starting clinicals until summer, so I do not have to really worry about that. I'll probably, you know, just take one of my bags that I have here, and I'll, you know, spend so much money, just because I know those clinical bags range from $30 to $40, and if you have those $30 to $40, then, you know, go spend it on that. But for me personally, I feel like there's no need to spend money on a clinical bag when I have, like, you know, bags at home. So, you know, just, you know, to save myself some money from nursing school, because as you guys can see, all of this was quite expensive. Like, it was not cheap at all, with, like, you know, tuition is another expense, your food, your vaccinations is another expense, your CPR is another expense. Another thing is, like, you know, your course points is another expense. Basically, what course point is, if you guys are not familiar with it, is basically an access code that you are going to be using for nursing school, and, you know, that's where you're going to be doing your homework, and you're going to be doing your VSIMs, your case studies and stuff like that. And that's, like, you know, another expense. So for me personally, I spent like around $440 on just course point for just pharm and for health assessment, you know, which was, you know, quite pricey. And course point does come with an ebook, but like how I said, I'm more of a I'm more of, like, you know, a physical textbook type of person versus, you know, ebooks. So, you know, I could have saved myself more money and just done ebooks and stuff like that, but you know, I was just like, no, I need physical books. So that's why, you know, I bought them. And you guys can also ask your instructors if you're going to be needing the access code for your textbook. They didn't really tell us that, but I needed the newer edition. So you guys can buy them used on the Amazon marketplace. For any of you guys that were wondering, buy them on eBay. You guys can buy them on, like how I said, OfferUp. You guys can buy them on Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace. Majority of the time people are selling textbooks for quite cheap. The other expense you're going to be doing in nursing school is ATI. So if you guys are not familiar with ATI, it's basically, you know, like a nursing program that you're going to be using throughout nursing school. So I had to pay like around $830 just for ATI, and I have no clue if it includes the ATI books. You know, I'll keep you guys updated if I do end up getting the books or if I have to purchase those books. I did end up checking, and those books were like a total of $400, and I was just like, I'm not gonna pay like $1,000 just on ATI. Like, I do not have that type of money right now, just because, you know, like how I said, nursing school is expensive, and stuff like that. So, you know, look out for that. Save as much money as you can. I didn't end up buying my scrubs. You are going to be needing you are going to have to buy your scrubs. Do they require a lab coat? Do they require you to buy like an extra polo and stuff like that? Also shoes. I am going to be using my same shoes that I used for clinical and stuff like that until I find some really good nursing shoes. So let me know down below what type of white leather shoes you guys recommend. I do have some Skechers, some white leather Skechers that I've used, and I really like them and stuff like that. But, you know, just once I start doing my clinical shifts, I know my feet are going to be, you know, a stapler, because, you know, you're going to be needing a staple in nursing school when you have to staple your papers. Got myself some pens from Dollar Tree. This also from Dollar Tree. This is a Sharpie. I know I've seen some other people recommend Sharpies, you know, for clinicals and stuff like that, so I bought one. And then, you know, some whiteout. You're going to be using a whiteout throughout nursing school, just in case you make a mistake. But, you know, just make sure you're 18 and over, you guys, and show your ID if you guys get these from Walmart. I'm just putting that disclaimer out there because I got ID just for buying these whiteouts, you guys. So, like, I just do not know if that's like, you know, a new code and stuff like that. I do not know. I got myself some dry erase markers for my whiteboard. I'm going to also have a whiteboard, you know, just in case I have to, you know, write down stuff, or like, you know, when I study and stuff like that. So I bought myself these, some dry erase markers, like how I said, more pens. My favorite pens are the Papermint pens. I do have these Papermint Flare pens. They're colorful. We need a ton of pens in nursing school, you guys. Also, I forgot I mentioned this little notebook. This is like, you know, when you're in lab or in clinical, I will be bringing this little notebook. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and it came in a pack of 4. You guys can see here, it's a 4-pack of notebooks. And also got some midliners, highlighters, and markers. I got these when they were 90% off at Walgreens. You guys can pick these up on Amazon. If not, you guys can pick these up at Target. I've seen them there at Target. And also, you guys know, more markers. You know, half of these markers I've gotten, you know, at Ross or DD's or TJ Maxx. They have really good markers, you guys, compared to them being crazy expensive, like around $10 on Amazon and stuff like that. So check out those stores too if you guys are looking for that. I forgot to mention my planner. And the last thing I did forget to mention was a planner. You are going to be needing a planner for nursing school. Totally forgot about this. Like, I just remembered right now. So you guys will be needing a planner to stay organized and to be on top of your assignments. So this is a happy planner. I did end up picking this up at Joanna's when it was 60% off. So check your local Joanna's, your Michael's. I know Walmart started to sell these planners also. So check out those 3 stores. Majority of the time, Joanna's and Michael's always has sales on planners, and I know right now they are having sales on planners. So this is the happy planner. This was like around $12. So this was like around $12. So as you guys can see here, if you guys do want to see my schedule, I'll show you guys. My crazy schedule is going to be the month of February. Like, this is how your schedule is going to look like once you're in nursing school. And I'm only part-time, you guys. I can't even imagine people that are full time. Like this whole planner must be filled up with assignments and stuff like that. So yeah, this planner is gonna be my best friend. It's gonna keep me organized. I know people use Google Calendar. I've heard from like another nursing student that Google Calendar also keeps them organized, you know, just so you know they can check their phone and check, you know, what assignments are coming up and stuff like that. I know people do digital planners and stuff like that on their iPads, but you know, so if you are like, you know, a digital type of person, you know, you can get yourself a digital planner. If not, you guys can get yourself a cheap planner. I've seen some on Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has some for like around $4. The 99-cent store also has planners. TJ Maxx has some really good planners. I've seen them. Also Home Goods, Ross, Walmart. So, you know, look out and figure out what type of planner. But if any of you guys are interested in the type of planner that I do have, you know, I'll be linking it down below. So that basically completes my whole entire nursing school supplies haul. I will, like how I said, will be like putting somewhere around here how much my semester was with tuition and everything else that I did end up having to buy for nursing school, for any of you guys that were wondering. So, you know, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and of course follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.